Roger.
UDX-3030 South Carolina standing by.
How about that UDX-3030 South Carolina, UDX-3030 Scottsdale time?
Well, hello, Glenn. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, Steve. What's new, buddy? Should we pick a different frequency here?
If you like, where you want to go?
Oh, I don't know. Can you go to like 370?
Indeed I can. I'll go.
Later.
Okay, other Dallas, 100% there, 100%, 160.
Yeah, I finally made it.
Hey, Steve, how you been, man?
Not too awful bad, man. I finally got this thing back up and running, and man, I'm glad.
So you've been incommunicado for a while, is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, I don't know what I was fighting. I got it down to this afternoon. I knocked the antenna switch, which I really wasn't using at the moment. I knocked it out of the way, and everything dropped exactly where it needed to be. Right now I'm bouncing between 1.1 and 1.2 at the radio.
Yeah, well, you all go, Steve, when you overcomplicate stuff in the middle. Sometimes it's a bigger problem than it was worth, right?
Yeah, Roger. Man, I got a real good signal on you. I got you 5 and 7, beautiful modulation.
Yeah, Roger, you're doing exactly the same here as well. It's kind of funny. All morning I was talking to Europe and having some great success, man. It was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, I've been hating it that I haven't been out there. You know, I'm seeing a lot of good gates, and even Joe over in on Salt Spring Islands is getting a lot of Europe. You know, for it to jump all the way across the continent. That's pretty strong stuff.
Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been great. I've actually, even just now, up on 37.5, I've been listening to a guy from Northern Ireland. He's talking to guys out east of me, like on the East Coast there.
Yeah, Roger. When I was checking my SWRs, you know, I've been fighting this thing. I've been fighting it like crazy. And I started with a frickin' nano DNA, nano VNA. And, you know, they say they're the doo-doo, but I think mine has actually doo-dooed or something because, you know, straight at the antenna, I would have a flat SWR, and by the time I got within about 50 kc up, man, shoot, it was just frickin', you know, out of this world. So I went away from it and I started using the SWR that was in the radio, and I started getting better. And I just got me a meter over the weekend when I got the new tower. It's a Sandtech W710. There's not a whole lot of them around, but it appears to be a pretty nice little meter. It's 2200 2kW, and it's got forward and reflect on it, average and PEP. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and everything seems to be looking good right now.
Yeah, sometimes you're better off just going with a plain old, you know, low buck SWR meter, and you just go from there, you know?
Yeah, Roger. So, you went to Minnesota and conditions went to crap, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty horrible, Steve. I mean, I tried every day a couple of times, and it was pretty shitty, actually.
Yeah, there didn't appear to be a whole lot of action going on. You know, like I said, I was down the whole time, but yeah, it didn't look like I missed a whole bunch.
No, the only thing I had going for me is I literally had a direct pipeline to Jamaica every day, all day, so I talked to all those guys in Jamaica pretty much every day.
Well, they're good people. I always enjoy talking with them. I'll hit 515 every chance I get. Every time I swing up the other way, I check there, and I check 495 for the guys in Minnesota and all over the rest of the state. And yeah, I always check those two. But when I was checking SWRs earlier, 555 was booming.
Yeah, day I was getting down your neck of the woods, plus down into Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, but man, for the most part, it was a wasted effort. But I did meet some of the local guys, so that was kind of interesting. Man, I mean, even local up there, I was hitting, I don't know, 50, 60 miles local talk, which was pretty surprising because I'm surrounded by 80, 90-foot trees, and that antenna's nowhere near that high.
Yeah, Roger. Mine's back at, I'm guessing I'm 10, I'm probably sitting at about 22 feet at the base.
Roger, yeah, I saw a video. Looks like you were tearing down a tower over the weekend, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I Telex high gain HG 54 HD 54 crank up.
So it looked like that had been up quite a while. That was an older ham radio guy. I think it was that big ass beam on it.
Yeah, that's a high gain Thunderbird. It's a 10 meter, 15, 20 meter, big old 5 element, and heck, with it being 10 meter, you know, I'm sure I could tweak it a little bit, but I'm hoping, I'm not gonna say that I'm getting it yet. Usually every time I say I'm getting something, I end up losing it. That's why I never told anybody anything about this tower until it made it to the house. But I'm hoping to get a Dentron MT3000 antenna tuner to go with it. So with that, technically I should be able to talk 11 meters on it.
Yeah, I would think so, man. You do a little tweaking on the elements, man, you should be good to go, right?
Yeah, Rod, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead at some point. I should probably do it sooner than later, and at least get my technician's license, and I'm trying to get my father's call as a legacy call. And you know, I've seen it forever and ever. Amen. He was a ham since, you know, mid 50s, and right out of high school. Matter of fact, I think he actually was close to it, if not already, when he got out of high school. But anyway, I'd like to have his call, and he did put stipulations in his notes that whoever ended up with the radio stuff, make sure they had a ham license. If I plan on getting any of it, I gotta have a license.
Yeah, Roger. I've actually been considering going that route again myself. So it might be kind of interesting. It's kind of crazy. I've got a grandson that he got into it kind of on his own. I had nothing to do with it, man. And next thing you know, he's actually working at an HRO, a ham radio outlet up there in Denver. So he's into it pretty big time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but yeah, man, I tell you, man, that tower, I've been drooling over that thing for probably close to 30 years now. I'll dive into 25, 100%, and I had to shuttle a guy over to pick up a truck a few months back, and I said, damn, that tower's still there. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna go take a look at it. And I swung through the neighborhood, and lo and behold, I saw the front window was busted out on the house, and I could tell nobody was living in it. And there was a tax notice on the front of it. Man, so I left a note on the front door, and a couple weeks went by, and a guy called me. And he said, so you want the tower? I said, man, I'd love to have it. You know, I've been looking at it for years. And he said, well, how are you going to take it down? I said, well, what I looked at is take all but 2 bolts out, and then tilt it over, take the antennas off, and then put it on the ground. I said, he said, yeah, I've been talking with a few scrap guys, and they're talking about taking a sawzall to it. And I told him, yeah, you go ahead and do that, and it'll be your insurance paying when you drop it on somebody's house. And I said, well, he said, I said, well, you know, and I shouldn't be saying this on the radio, but I'm going to. I said, you know, I'll take it down and give you, well, it's yours. I like to poop myself when he said that.
Yeah, wow. Plus you got the antennas as well, right?
antennas, a high gain tail twister, everything high gain. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
So I take it the guy has passed away. He was obviously a big time ham at some point.
Yeah, and a matter of fact, you know, I'm gonna try to help him market some of the other stuff. He's got a couple radios, couple Kenwood radios. He's got an Ameritron AL80B. I'd love to have that, but you know, I don't have the money to put out for it right now. He's also got a Tokyo high power. It's mobile in here. I'm thinking it's about 300 watt, and I'm thinking it's for 70 centimeter. I don't know. I haven't been able to get close enough to get the model numbers on it yet. But I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace one day, and I looked and I said, holy shit, that's the radios. He didn't tell me he was going to list it, and I looked, and there's some freaking looked like convict had it listed. I called him up. I said, hey Tim, I said, did you know your radio equipment's listed on Facebook? He said, no. I said, well, it is. And he set up a meeting with the guy to buy the stuff, and went to the guy's workplace and said, you got my radio stuff and you're going to give it back. And after a few minutes they settled, and he got just about all of it back. I was supposed to get a MFJ 269, I think it was, antenna analyzer as well, but appears it didn't come back.
So how did the guy that was selling it end up getting the gear? Did he actually go out and tell for it, or what?
Well, he claims he bought it from somebody else, but somebody broke in the house and took it.
Alright, well, you know how that goes, right? Oh yeah, my friend did it. I found it in the street. You know, one of those deals, right?
Indeed, indeed.
So, what kind of radios did he have in there? Did he have any HF rigs?
The one is a TS-430S. The other one, I can't see model numbers on it, but it looks like it's probably roughly around the same thing, but maybe a little bit older model, but not far enough back into the tubes.
Gotcha. Well, at least the guy was transistorized.
Yeah, Roger. I'd love to have that Ameritron, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, has he put a price tag on that thing, a value?
Well, I know 100% I could probably pick it up probably for about 400 right now, but in the process of being stolen, one of the volume knobs, or one of the knobs was lost, and looks like you can get a set on eBay for about 30 bucks.
Well, that's not terrible. Is that, what's that rated at? Like a 1 kilowatt? Is that right?
The radio itself?
Well, yeah, the Ameritron. Oh, I was thinking amplifier. You're talking radio, right?
Yeah, radio. The Ameritron, I'm not sure. I think the last one I saw sold on eBay, which it's an 80B. You don't see a lot of those out there apparently, but they typically sell between about 8 and 13. But you know, I'm not sure what I could get it for at this point. Have to see what they're selling for, because that's what he's gauging things on, is what they've sold for.
Roger. So is this the former owner's son, or some kind of family member, or something? Sibling?
Yes, indeed, it is his son.
Alright, man. Well, it's good to hear you out there again, Steve. Hopefully you've got your issue conquered, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. As we're sitting here, I'm looking at the face of the radio, and it's showing 1.2, so I'm good with that.
Right. Which radio are you talking to? Is he talking the meter on the radio, or is that an external one?
No, it's the meter on the radio. It's a Anytone Quad 5 Plus.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully you got it all squared away.
I'm hoping so. I guess I'll find out if not there, Roger.
Yeah, Well, yeah, you're making it to Scottsdale, so that ain't all bad, right? You're making it this far.
Roger, Roger. Definitely good to talk to you again, and you know, it's nice that the first contact I did make was actually somebody that I knew, and able to actually get a good QSO out of it.
Roger, half the deal is just you gotta find a frequency that's not so jammed up, right?
Roger on that. Well, definitely enjoyed it, and looking forward to the next time. And like I said, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna chop a few pieces out of there, some of the rags to and information that people don't really need to know, and you can listen to yourself in the Carolinas again here real soon. I'll probably put it up tonight.
Right, Steve. Well, it's not necessary, but I sure appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, indeed, Glenn. Definitely good to talk to you again, and we're looking forward to the next time, like I said. So we'll say 73 is 51s and a click, click, click to that 3030 over there in Scottsdale. Good to talk to you, Glenn.
All right, Steve, buddy. Be careful. Stay safe out there, and nice QSO with you, bud. Take care. You got 33 Scottsdale, and I am done.
Click, 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 my friend.